Morning, podcasters. Welcome back to Going On Daily Live. I'm your host, Becky, here with Mr. Chuck Allen. Good morning.
What is going on, everybody?
Well, okay, so today it is probably going to be a disaster, to be honest. As you can see,
No,
this is not my
not.
normal background, okay? I got this
No
little shark.
That's a shark. That's not normal.
Yeah.
That's a shark.
That's a shark. That's in my kitchen. It seems bizarre, but like my husband was a bachelor when I moved in, so like...
I respect that tremendously. It's a 3-piece shark at that.
Yeah, it's actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's cute. I like it.
That.
It does not match anything else in my house, but literally nothing does. But the reason I'm out here and not in my podcast room is because I randomly sold my desk yesterday. Randomly. I forgot I put it on Marketplace like months ago. And someone was like, hey, can I come by and pick it up? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I walk into my podcast room and I'm like, I have nowhere to sit. Perfect. So I'm in my kitchen.
There you go. I mean, that's a great way to start the show.
Yes.
And I don't believe our show's going to be a disaster at all. I think this is going to be amazing.
The reason why I'm saying this, Chuck, is because I've got 3 dogs.
That's even better.
Okay. I love your optimism on a Monday morning.
I hope someone knocks on the door randomly during our show and we can follow the live excursion as it happens.
Listen,
I've had dogs take over my podcast multiple times, so this will be nothing
part
new.
Of having live TV, your live podcast going, but still, I'm hoping that they're chill. I closed all the curtains. It's dark in here. Doesn't seem like it's dark, but it's dark. And I don't know where the big one is. The 2 little ones are sleeping under the heat lamp. So I'm crossing my fingers that all is going to be good today.
All will be well.
Otherwise, we've got a good show.
The worst case scenario will be hugely entertained by some dogs. And you can't mess with that. That's my favorite kind of entertainment, dogs.
Yeah. Try having them. Try.
Oh, my boxer was crazy. Trust me. I've had 2 boxers and they were both
I had boxers growing up, actually.
My boxer one time went through the glass door into my mailman and scared the daylights out of the mailman, but then she just jumped on him and laid down on the ground and kind of did one of those deals, but I had to buy a new glass door. Dogs are awesome. They don't even know that they're characters.
Mine haven't got quite that far yet. They're a little more reeled in, but they're loud. So all good. Today's going to be a good day.
It means we're alive.
Right. Today's going to be a good day. Start us off. You've got a segment called Sucks to Be You. Should be good.
Yeah, right? Like, it doesn't get any better than that. We can pile on someone who the world has turned on. And this is a story that just happened the other day. And I woke up Saturday morning. I've been doing my exercise. Last week, we specified on the show that I was going to do 200 miles this month. Here to let everybody know, completely on track with that. Did 7 this morning. I've done 7 every day since we last spoke.
Oh, my word.
Life is good. I also do want to say something else real quick before I even talk about Sucks to Be You. I just got a text message. This is great news. Our program today is now also playing live on the Chuck Allen 210 YouTube channel.
Awesome.
And hopefully next week it'll be on my Facebook. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to have multiple opportunities to do it on Facebook. But
very cool.
YouTube, check it out too. So we're expanding our horizons. But
remember, at Chuck Allen 210 because 209 other Chuck Allens.
Yeah, those guys, I don't know. Just think of me in San Antonio, and that's where we're at. We represent the 210, and
I see.
We're on live. So, sucks to be you, okay? This is something that I immediately thought of the other. Oh, look, you've got a background.
Do you remember this? Hold on. Maybe because I'm Canadian that we don't know this, but like the band Prozac, they were a cartoon, but they had the song, Sucks to Be You. I loved it. As soon as they wrote Sucks to Be You, I was like, oh my God, a Prozac moment. I don't think that's the case, but I'm going to keep it up.
Though, a long time ago, now that you mention that, I remember a song. It sucks to be you. I know.
Yes,
it sucks to be you. I know it's true. Is that the same thing?
Yes. This is Canadian glory.
There you go. Here. Like, I actually know that song, and I didn't even think about that. We're off to a great start.
We're off to a great start. Prozac for the win.
So here's someone that's having a terrible, terrible, terrible last couple of days. And in my opinion, it's deservedly so, but I'm sure someone would disagree with me on this probably, but I'm talking. So in this particular case, I'm going to think that I'm right.
Okay.
I tune in to I guess my Facebook. I go for a morning walk. It's dark out. The way that I maintain my sanity and don't worry about getting attacked by coyotes or rattlesnakes is I scroll social media on my phone while I'm walking.
Oh, Lord, that's dangerous.
So quickly.
That's a great way of getting...
I tripped the other day and I fell and I got a scratch on my arm.
You didn't.
You know, whatever. Sometimes you got to sacrifice.
That's embarrassing, Chuck.
Yeah. Nobody saw it.
Okay, I didn't even guess it's early enough.
So obviously, I'm not that embarrassed because I just admitted to it. But sucks to be you. I start scrolling on Saturday morning, and I'm instantly drawn into this top story of this lady. Okay, and there was a baseball game on Friday night.
Oh yes,
and it's the Philadelphia Phillies and the Florida Marlins, right? And the storyline is not about the ball game at all, but it's about what happened in the crowd, which if you're in Philadelphia and you go to a sporting event, that's usually the case. There's a lot of interesting things going on in the crowd at any Philly event. But this was pretty harsh. There's a home run ball that gets hit out into the outfield there, right? And you see this guy, and he takes off running heroically, and he grabs the home run ball, and he runs back to his son. He gives it to his son. You can see the joy on this young man's face. He hugs his dad like, man, this is the greatest moment.
Greatest day. My dad's my hero.
Yeah, my dad is awesome.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this hand reaches out and grabs the guy. And then they pan the camera back a little bit, and you see this lady, and she is quite perturbed by what has happened. Yeah. And she's wearing a Phillies uniform, and she's got some characteristics of someone that looks like they would probably want to talk to the manager. Just saying. Yes. And she starts giving this guy all kinds of business. You know, that was my ball. You took it from me. Blah, 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 blah. You can see the horror on this guy's face. He's kind of drawn back because he doesn't want to, have any big problems. And this lady's giving him the grief. And, the kid looks like he's, oh my gosh, my dad, my hero is getting yelled at by this lady. She looks like she's about 60. That's, I guess, not relevant, but it kind of is to the story. So the guy is like, he did the only thing I figured the guy could do. And I've seen a lot of pushback on this. And a lot of people were like, you know what? He should have just said, F you. He should have thrown the ball back into the field. He should have done anything he could have done to screw this lady over. But I feel like he did the right thing. He set a good example for his son. Hey, you know what? It's just a ball. He gave it to the lady. Next thing you know,
it's not like it's a home run ball. He's willing to give it up.
I get it. I don't know that I would have given the ball back, but
out of principle,
it kind of made me realize I need to work on myself a little bit because that guy showed constraint and he was like not going to do what I would have probably done, which would have made me into the bad guy.
Right.
And instead, the crowd completely turns on this lady, right? And they start booing the crap out of her. And she's standing there yelling at people. I saw her giving the finger to some people. They had her on camera. Her poor husband was sitting there, and he was so humiliated.
Well, he's probably used to it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It's like, dude, you knew going to a public event with this lady, this has probably happened before.
Right.
And then you dig a little deeper into the story, and you come to find out, yes, indeed, it has.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. She's had issues. So instant fame for this nice young lady, right? She instantly became the horrible person that we all united against and said, you know what, screw her. That's not cool. How are you going to do that to a kid? Well, the happy ending was for the kid. They saw this. The team saw it. They took the kid back there. They gave him all kinds of signed memorabilia. He got to meet his favorite player.
Yes, I saw that.
He got all this cool stuff. I don't know how true this was, but the CEO of RV World said that they were going to give them an RV, and they're going to send him tickets to the World Series. And I don't know if that's legit or not, but I read that this was happening. And I'm like, all right, that's good. All is good in the world. But let's not forget about this lady.
Well, she's got her ball now. So, I mean, as long as...
She got her ball, but you know what? Allegedly, she does not have any longer.
Friends?
Her job.
Dignity.
Apparently, everybody turned on her. She instantly became the person that we all hated. I found out she was an educator or a nurse. I'm not 100% sure. And remind you guys, Going On Daily is not a news program. It's an opinion show. I'm going off of what I read on social media, which it could be true, it could be false,
could go either way. Yes.
There was tremendous backlash, and all these other parents and kids started going on to the social media and attacking her. And allegedly, she is no longer welcome at her own place of employment. So this tells me that she's probably been a problem for a while.
They needed
a reason. Kids wouldn't just say, you know, we hate her, she sucks, if she'd been nice for all these years.
They needed a reason. They were looking for that clinching moment. This was it.
She found it at the ball game. And it's like, you know what? That is probably one of the worst examples of modern times where everybody's watching. And if you just do one stupid thing, it can instantly ruin your life.
Literally.
And that's what's happened to this lady. Her life has been completely altered. She's famous now, but not for good reasons. She's probably had to go and like buy the glasses with the fake nose and the mustache so she could go to the store. She's probably, you know, everybody hates her. Her kids probably are like, oh my God, this is our mom. And now the kids are probably going to get beat up. And it's like, at the end of the day, it was self-imposed. I feel for the lady because I cannot imagine what it would be like to have an entire country that is notoriously divided suddenly all agree on one thing and say, you know what? She sucks. Because now she can't go anywhere. Everybody in town knows her. Wherever she goes, she's going to catch all kinds of flack.
I just started to type in Phillies, and the first thing that came up, Phillies Karen.
Phillies Karen. And what a horrible thing to be known as. They already had baseball cards out, Karen Ball Snatcher, all these things. And it was like, man, they were replacing her face with other people that, you know, politically driven content, which we don't get into. But she has instantly had a complete life-changing moment.
Well, maybe she should learn not to be such a jerk to people.
Don't mess with kids. And the worst part of it was the kid's birthday. She stole the ball of the kid's birthday, Becky. And for that, maybe she did deserve to be exiled. I don't know. No. I watch myself constantly because I do this stuff on social media. She might make money on interviews, but the truth is, you know, they always say no publicity or, you know, no bad publicity or whatever. And as long as they're talking about you. But I can honestly say I am extremely grateful not to be that lady because her life sucks. And that is why the title is Sucks to Be You, because Philly's Karen, it does indeed suck to be you.
Now, I wonder, I have a video pulled up. I wonder if we can watch it. It's 30 seconds. Ron, what do you think? Tell us in the comments. Are we allowed to play this video?
Are we allowed to watch videos? If we are, this changes the entire dynamic of our show.
It's 30 seconds here. He says yes. Go. Okay, so I'm going to click on the shortest one here.
It's public domain, right? I mean,
it is. So now we're going to share our screen. We are going to share. Let's find it here. If I can figure out how to do this. Okay, hold on. We got ads
you can figure it out, Becky. I got confidence in you. We're having a great show here. Oh, when life gives you lemons, Mike Hard Lemonade. That's some good stuff.
Another new video of the woman nicknamed Philly's Karen has surfaced and is creating a stir on social media. After she went viral for snatching a home run ball from a young boy during the Phillies Marlins game, the latest clips now show her flipping the middle finger at the crowd and arguing with fans in the stands. This has sparked even more outrage, with people on social media heavily criticizing her behavior and flooding the internet with memes and mocking posts roasting her. As a result, the controversy has only grown hotter.
Okay.
It's only grown hotter, and from what I read, she was completely booed out of the stadium. She had to leave before the game was over, but she still took time to argue with other random strangers on her way out. And she did, in fact, flip some of them off.
I think because women like this, or maybe I shouldn't just say women, people like this think they're right all the time. And they're going to go down fighting on this because she thinks she's in the right. That guy, I mean, I did watch the video. The ball, she looked like she was about to grab it. She was leaning over. The guy swooped in and took it. It's just the nature of catching a fly ball.
It is what it is. I remember when I was a kid, this happened when I was at a ball game.
Yeah.
My dad was trying to get a ball and some younger guy grabbed it out of his hands. And you know what? That was the end of it. Like there was no drama. There was nothing. I wasn't even upset. Like, I would have probably lost the ball and it wouldn't have had that much meaning. It'd have been like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
But to Philly's Karen, this was the world, and she is dying on that hill. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I hope that hill was worth dying on, because now this boy maybe is going to the World Series. They've got a new
got an RV from RV World. I mean,
all the teams, everyone. He got all the swag. So you take your ball, you hold it under your head, under your pillow at nighttime, while you're searching on Indeed for a new job.
That stupid ball ruined your entire life. So
sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you.
I know. Hilarious.
There we go. That's a great way to kick off the show.
Loved it. Yeah, it'll be good because I have another let me ruin your morning moment. So let's start on a high note here where, we can unite.
Yeah, we can all hate on one person and then we'll have something that'll completely destroy this.
Well, it's not
high
yet.
note that we're on.
It's not yet. Luckily, we're not going to end our show with that. Okay. Right now, let me tell everybody where they can find us. So currently, we are on live. Well, we're actually on live on Chuck's YouTube at Chuck Allen 210. So definitely check us out there. We are also live on Kick, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Rhode Island Broadcasting, or RI_broadcasting. And over on Twitch, you can support the show with bits over there. They're only a penny. You can give
us some bits. Come on. Every week we talk about this. I think we should have a contest. The person that gives the most bits this week will mention your name next week on the air.
Yeah, totally. Or be anonymous. It doesn't matter. Whatever. You can also listen to us after the fact or just the audio on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. Of course, we are on every social media that you could possibly think of. Even ones that you couldn't think of. We are on them. U42, Odyssey, Gab, Space Hey, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, MeWe, TikTok, Parler, and of course over on Patreon at RI Broadcasting, where you can support the show, get yourself some swag, and keep the show going. Of course, on X/Twitter at Broadcasting RI. Follow us over there. You can find us on our new Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. We will eventually go live there as soon as we hit enough followers to do so. Since we got scrubbed, we need people over there, right here, Going On Daily Morning Show, and we can start going live there. Under you, oh no, I'm backwards today. Under you, under Chuck there, we got RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. That is our new website. You can go ahead and vote for different Hall of Fame items. Right now, it is for movies, so it must go 2 weeks at a time. Hey, Ron? Grease, Jaws, Rocky, Saturday Night Fever, and The Godfather. Vote for your favorite. I voted for Jaws.
I actually forgot to vote last week, but I will today vote for Rocky. As I mentioned last week, Rocky needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rocky could easily defeat Jaws. He could easily defeat any of the people on Grease or Saturday Night Fever. Maybe not The Godfather.
I was going to say, maybe not Guns.
Rocky would be the guy that would when he started his career, he was actually the guy that went and collected bets from people that were deadbeats to the bookie.
Oh, no way.
I feel like Rocky could probably work for The Godfather, therefore one and the same. So vote for Rocky.
He could definitely beat Grease. Okay, he's beating up John Travolta all day long.
All day.
John Travolta in tight leather pants, he's getting him all day long.
Yeah, even in modern times.
Especially in modern times. Saturday Night Fever, again, I don't really know what it is. It's disco. Those guys are all on blow.
I feel like that was John Travolta as well, but I guess I'm probably wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Is he in for 2 of these Hall of Fame nominations? So. I mean,
you just love John Travolta.
Noteworthy in itself.
Well, anyways, I voted for Jaws because I was listening to Kenny on Saturday. He was at a Jaws tribute, 50 years or whatever in Connecticut. It was like a touring show. It actually sounded very cool. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to vote for Jaws. Why?
Not to mention the fact that you have a giant great white shark directly over your head in this exact moment. I mean, exactly. I cannot blame you for voting for Jaws. It's obvious you're a huge fan, and I respect that.
Do you like sharks? I like Shark Week. I think I missed it this year. It was just in August, was it not? But I love it. You can watch shark shows all year long, and I will.
Can't get enough.
Love it. Okay, well, now all that's done. let's chat about food.
Okay.
Are you a fast food fan?
Not really. I will say this. If Chipotle ever goes out of business, I'll probably starve to death. But everything else I could pretty much live without at this point.
I've never
phased out fast food over the years.
Yeah, that's good. Good for you, because it's disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I love fast food. However, when I look into it, it's bad. So this was actually going to be my let me ruin your morning moment, but I've decided it's not bad enough to ruin the moment, and my next story will be worse.
Okay, good.
So there's a couple different things that have come out over the years regarding fast food. You know, what is it really like? There's videos online, and who knows what's real, what's not on the internet, right?
Yeah, like it's like they have that hamburger that they set out for like 20 years and it doesn't get old.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
if
you drop French fries in your car, like they don't go bad.
Yeah, you come back like 6 months later and it's like, oh, hey, check it out. I'm vacuuming out the back seat.
Yeah.
There's a couple fries. You know, I eat them. No big deal.
It's like eating a pencil, but that's fine. So in 2011, do you know Chef Jamie Oliver, that British guy? He's like really focused on like family meals and healthy.
I've heard the name, though not super familiar, but
Great
yes.
Dude. Great guy. Well, in 2011, he exposed McDonald's for using what became known as pink slime. I don't know if you can see it here. It's literally, it looks like strawberry ice cream. Like
looks delicious.
Yeah. Apparently, it's in their McDonald's beef patties. So it was the leftover scraps of beef spun into a slurry. Oh my gosh, it's going to make me gag.
A slurry. Okay. That reminds me of like the ice cream. You're on a theme here.
Right.
Let me get the pink slurry.
Ugh. It honestly makes me want to throw up. I don't even know why I've done this now. But then it's treated with ammonia hydroxide, a chemical also found in cleaning products. The UK deemed it not fit for human consumption, and McDonald's quietly phased it out after the backlash. Now, that was in England.
It's good here in America.
I was going to say, this feels very like on brand for something that's going to happen in America, for sure. Where England, bans a lot of things, preservatives and fillers and hormones and whatever. And America's like, send them our way.
Freedom.
We got a surplus. Yeah,
eat what we want.
There's like an eagle flying in the background. It's like, ah! And meanwhile, everyone's like dying of illnesses. Freedom. Okay, so the next one, actually, hold on a second here. There's one thing I forgot. We need to make it so, we're...
Oh, no, you're not saying Subway is unhealthy.
I love Subway, okay? I really do. But in 2020, Ireland's Supreme Court ruled that Subway's bread couldn't actually or legally be called bread. The sugar content is nearly 5 times higher than the legal limit. So instead, it was now classified as a confectionery, meaning that Subway footlong is closer to a donut, a pastry, or a cake than real bread. Subway insists that their recipe was fine and has continued to make it as usual.
Wow. So I haven't eaten at Subway in a long time, but I'm now thankful that I haven't.
Well, remember their slogan? It was like, Subway, eat fresh. Well, like, yeah, you're eating fresh, but it's a fresh donut.
I mean, when you say it like that, it doesn't really discourage me that much because nothing better than a fresh donut.
That's true.
But it tastes like bread.
It tastes like bread without the sugar, yeah. Ron says Subway sucks unless they sponsor us. Totally. I'll eat Subway every day. Call me.
I would totally eat a 6-inch Subway sub right now on the show if they sponsored us.
What kind do you get?
Well, see, they changed their entire menu.
Right.
I used to get spicy Italian, but I don't think they have that anymore.
I get that every time too. Yes, they do. I had one last weekend.
Okay, well, maybe I'll have
it's not on their menu.
Lunch. Now that I know what I know, I'll go in with that knowledge and I'll still get it and it'll still be good.
They definitely still have spicy Italian, only now it's on a pastry and not on bread. Right.
Not a bad move.
Not a bad move.
Did you see that they have footlong cookies there now too? Yeah. That are like Oreos and chocolate chips. I haven't tried one of those, but I'm trying really hard to watch my diet right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go out of your way to walk 200 miles, then you might as well go out of your way to just eat at home.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Is my thought. Save some money and get lean. Ron says, shout out to Marco Subs in Portsmouth. Okay, shout out Marco Subs. Well,
come on, Marcos. We're looking for sponsors.
Right. None of us can go eat there, but like send me a plane ticket and I'll come eat there.
I used to be sponsored by a hot sauce for my podcast, so it's not unheard of.
Right. That's fair. And do you like hot sauce?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Me too. All right. Now on to another one. Burger King was exposed in 2013. Burger King UK. Again, is this in America? Is this in Canada? I do not know. But they were exposed for containing horse meat in their burgers. Horse meat. What?
Well, now I've eaten horse meat knowingly before, so I can't even.
Okay, like maybe if you lived in Iceland, maybe.
I ate horse meat in Tampa, Florida one time.
Like
at a restaurant, for real.
What?
Yeah, I did.
Ew.
It wasn't bad.
So
it tasted like barbacoa. I don't know if you're familiar with what barbacoa, which I think is like the cheek lining of a cow or whatever, or maybe it's a tongue that's shredded up, but horse meat tasted eerily similar to that.
I just feel like it would be so lean. Like there's no fat on a horse. It would be a tough, chewy. I don't know.
It was in some kind of watery substance, like
You're not selling it, Chuck.
No, I mean I tried it one time, so I could say 25 years later. One time I ate a horse, guys.
Yeah,
and you know, you can say I'm hungry enough to eat a horse, and I'm like, did that.
It doesn't do it for me. Maybe if it was ground up and put into Burger King burgers, perhaps, I don't know. It was saying that tests revealed that there was definitely horse DNA in their 100% beef patties. So this scandal tied to a shady supplier mixing in the horse meat. Of course, it sparked outrage, boycotted, like people were boycotting like crazy. Memes were being shared everywhere. Burger King then ditched that supplier and ran a full page of apologies. But the damage was done. I don't know. Burger King's not super popular here. Is it down there?
I don't even know the last time I ate at Burger King. Right. It's probably been at least 20 years.
At least.
I mean, and there's Burger Kings all over the place. I just choose not to go there. And that was before I knew that they were serving up horses. Now, okay, guys. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe the horse meat was awesome and we just loved it. And now that they have a different supplier that's actual beef, it's like, food's not that great anymore, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, give me that we secretly lean, enjoyed the horse. Sinewy horse meat instead. No fat whatsoever. Yeah, gross. Okay, how about Taco Bell? Are you a Taco Bell fan?
Well, I don't dislike Taco Bell, but that's another one I haven't been to in quite a while.
I love Taco Bell. People give it a bad rap. They say, oh, it gives you diarrhea. Okay, what fast food doesn't?
That's honestly one of the great perks of Taco Bell. It's like White Castle. That's one of the reasons you go there. Yeah. If you're feeling sick, go eat some Taco Bell. Bloated, you'll feel better in a day and a half.
If you're feeling constipated, get yourself some Taco Bell. Get a good clean out. Right?
Exactly.
Well, it says that a lawsuit had hit Taco Bell alleging that their seasoned beef, and it's putting seasoned beef in quotations, was actually 35 to 36% actual beef. That's gross. The rest being oats, soy, cellulose, fillers, and binders. That's actually disgusting. This fast food chain fought back with a PR campaign. The scandal then highlighted how little meat was actually in these kinds of foods. That's crazy. I do not want to eat oats and cellulose and soy. I want actual beef, but you're right. Or they're right. Like it would cost way too much money to have 100% beef.
What do you guys want? Do you want an 89-cent taco or do you want something that's not going to kill you? It's time to make
you can't have both, people. Yeah. You can't be cheap and healthy.
I live in Texas, so we've got some great Mexican places. I really don't go to Taco Bell.
No.
We have a place called Taco Casa. And I feel like Taco Casa actually uses real meat. And I compare it to the 80s Taco Bell because it's got like all the stuff that you used to love.
Right.
And it tastes like 80s Taco Bell. Modern Taco Bell, I've kind of lost.
It tastes a little weird.
Yeah, I've lost track of it. But oats, I mean, let's be honest. Oats are healthy. No, so
oats are inflammatory.
If you
You're not a horse.
They are.
Yeah, because you know what they give animals to fatten them up is oats. Why do humans need that?
You make a good point. I just learned something about oats.
Yeah. I don't know. People are like, oh, I eat oatmeal every day. No, wildly inflammatory. Don't do it. How about KFC? I could take or leave KFC, honestly.
Yeah.
There are better
chicken
places. Well, in 2014, there was an expose and it rocked KFC when it's Chinese supplier. Okay. I'm not
We're going to have another house pet.
Listen, I'm not saying there's anything against China at all. People are lovely. However, there's not a lot of standards in China when it comes to things, okay? They put all kinds of crap in their food and their makeup and their water, their products, everything. Anyway, they were caught mixing expired, rotten chicken with fresh meat. Undercover footage showed workers replacing repackaging one year-old chicken.
Oh.
Like, I'm going to throw up here. Tossing meat, and the picture that they show is so disgusting. Tossing meat from filthy floors back into production. KFC's sales tanked 16%. Execs actually faced jail time for this, and then of course they had to go on a apology.
We're
social
sorry.
Media, whatever.
We didn't know that picking rotten chicken off the floor and serving it was wrong, folks.
We didn't know that chicken that's a year old. Like, was it frozen? It would have had to have been frozen.
I would certainly hope so.
Yuck. And then I'm thinking too, like their supplier, like obviously, like to me, I'm thinking like they just get packages of chicken sent to them and then they bread it and fry it in the store. But obviously that's not the case. They're making everything and then shipping it out. So like even sit down restaurants, not even just fast food, but sit down restaurants, they get everything shipped to them pre-packaged from a warehouse. So if you think that they're making it live, I mean, not everywhere, but like chains, if you think they're making it fresh for you, like I worked at a Boston Pizza, which you guys don't really have there.
We do.
Oh, you do?
We do.
Wow. Okay. So like it's known for its like pasta and pizzas and stuff. Like they don't even make their own dough. It literally comes pre-circled and they just stick it in. Their pasta is like boiled and put in Ziploc bags. And then it's just like, oh, you want a pasta? Here, just heat up in the microwave. Everything is in the microwave. Yeah. Disgusting. Anyways, I guess that's all there is. There's only a few.
Our fast food expose, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments where you're eating lunch today.
Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm hungry and I'm thinking, oh man, Taco Bell would be so good. But I'm not going to do it because I want to make good and healthy choices today.
Well, since we're bashing fast food, can I tell a story real quick?
Please, I would love that.
As you're aware, I'm in the roofing world, and maybe about 10 years or so ago, I was helping with a roof for a very well-known roast beef chain. I won't even say the name. And we were there, and the roof was leaking. And we were actually putting a new roof on, but there was still water that was coming down. So I had to go into the kitchen area and, well, there you go. Hashtag Arby's, ladies and gentlemen. It was Arby's. So I had to go into the area where they prepare the food, right? And I've never eaten there since this day because it was one of my favorite places, but I saw some things. And namely, they let me stand on the food prep counter in work boots. I don't believe anybody wiped the counter off after they got me off the table and started preparing food. But I saw their bacon, and it looked like the bacon had been sitting out for maybe several days. And it was actually infested with flies.
No, yuck. Ugh.
Nope.
Eggs, which turns into little wormies.
Yeah, and it was pretty disgusting, and I've never been able to go there since. And another one is IHOP, and I'll just leave it alone with that. IHOP's a whole other story for a different episode.
Love Arby's though, so now I'm upset. I want to say, because you're in a much warmer climate than we have a much different.
Yours is probably good. They probably don't have as many flies. They probably don't have workers standing on the countertops.
Probably not. No.
It just ruined my experience, and I love Arby's. Arby's is probably my favorite place of all the fast foods, and I can't do it anymore after that.
Yeah,
I've gone 10 years.
Wow, good for you. Yeah, the issue with going anywhere to eat is that you don't know what's in the food. You don't know what the person preparing it has done. Did they wash their hands? They're supposed to. Did they? I don't know. Did they stick their fingers up?
I worked with some nasty people in fast food, so take that into consideration.
Yeah, like I don't know. Not saying there's anything wrong working in fast food, not at all. But it's like some of these people are there because it's the only jobs they can get. Okay. And like,
and some are marginal standards.
Yeah. Ron said Raising Cane's is the best. I've only had Raising Cane's once in Vegas on the Strip. It was okay. It was just
Raising Cane's is all right. I just bought my entire ABC Supply office staff that supplies me with roofing materials. I bought their entire team Raising Cane's for lunch. It was $375. And I ate 2 of the chicken strips and let everybody else enjoy the rest, but no issues with Raising Cane's. That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I mean, everything on the Strip in Vegas is like overpriced and like not great quality. So I'm not sure if it was like true to what it actually is. But it was fine. Like as far as like chicken fingers and fries goes, it was fine.
I think Zaxby's is better, but that's just my personal opinion.
Never had. You know what? Our fast food here is so different than what you guys have there. We've got McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, Subway, Burger King, Taco Bell. Like just kind of your main ones. We don't have like Sonic. I would kill for Sonic. Okay. I love that place.
Sonic's good.
In-N-Out, White Castle.
I love
Checkers,
White Castle.
Parties,
White Castle's awesome. White Castle's actually very clean. I worked at White Castle for 5 years, and I can assure you it's the cleanest fast food restaurant that you'll ever go to.
That's
White Castle.
Good to know. Ron says Sonic is overrated. I love it.
I have a Sonic right here by my house, and when I'm really not feeling like going too far, I stop in every once in a while. I probably eat there maybe once or twice a year, and I have no issues with Sonic.
So we just got Firehouse subs.
Ooh.
I've never tried it, but apparently people say it's awesome. And we also just got a Chipotle, which I've never tried either.
Oh my God, Becky.
So
Chipotle is the best, and Firehouse is A1. If you love hot sauce, we just came to the conclusion earlier that you love hot sauce.
I do.
They have like 30 different kinds of hot sauce.
Firehouse. Okay, good to know.
All these random ones, all these locals and stuff. And I had a disgusting Firehouse employee story from a couple years ago, but it's so good that I overlooked one of the most disgusting things that ever happened to me in a restaurant, and I've gone back several times since. So that's really speaking highly of Firehouse. And like I said, Chipotle, I eat there like 4 or 5 times a week. It is so good.
We have similar. We have something called Bar Burrito, another one called Taco something. I don't know. It's basically the same. You're making like a bowl, right? You put like your beans and your rice and
there's just something magical. And I'll tell you this.
How do you mess it up?
If you go to Chipotle, here's what makes Chipotle the most amazing restaurant.
Okay.
If you get the bowl, you have to ask for 2 cups of vinaigrette. This is something that nobody knows about.
Like containers.
Yes. But if you put the vinaigrette on there, I promise you this. You will go to Chipotle 5 times a week like I have for the last 10 years. It's the only place I love.
Okay. Well, maybe, it's nowhere near where I live. I'd have to go way south in Edmonton, but I'm going to go. Next time I'm near it, I'm going to get it.
You'll love it.
I hear good things. My kids like it.
You'll love it.
Okay, that's good to know. I don't know. I like fast food more than I should, quite honestly. I go to Tim Hortons a lot. Obviously, I'm a Canadian. They've got really good breakfast there.
We don't have Tim Hortons here in San Antonio. That's the one thing that I would give anything for. Tim Hortons is probably my favorite. And whenever I go to Ohio, I went to Ohio about a month ago.
They have it there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
The first place we stopped, I took my buddy with me from Texas over there to meet with my business partner. Yeah. The first place I went to was Tim Hortons. Timmy Ho's. Not even to my friend's place. I stopped at Tim Hortons first.
Yes. And that's my cousins from the South. They like, we have to stop at Tim's. There's one in the airport. There's one like just outside of the airport. So
yeah, you can't go wrong.
No, Timmy's over Dunkin'. I've never had Dunkin' other than I tried to get an iced coffee in the Vegas airport, and it was literally just coffee with ice in it, and it was really disgusting. So it's kind of, skewed my opinion a little bit of it, but I would like to try it. You guys call them donut holes. We call them Timbits.
Timbits are definitely better than donut holes. There's no question.
Interesting. Okay.
You got the better end of the deal. I have Dunkin' here, don't have Tim Hortons, and I would switch that.
Okay, well, why don't you just move here? We have lots of people that need rooms here, okay? I will do it. Come to Texas. Let's make a swap here. You can live with my family. I'll live.
There you go.
With your family.
Think about the content we could make for the Daily Show.
It'd be like a TLC show from the early 2000s, like wife swap.
It'd be cool.
Yes. Except I'm not getting up on any roofs doing roofing.
Sure. I don't either at this point, so it's all good.
Perfect. Okay, well, I didn't realize this. I was supposed to do my Let Me Ruin Your Morning show, not the fast food. So my bad, Ron. My bad. But you're up next with a different segment. When did that disappear?
Yeah, so check this out. This is another true to life story. Mm-hmm. The other day, Saturday, just the day before yesterday, I met this very nice lady on a call for roofing. She got my name off of the app Nextdoor where people were singing my praises. And she said, you know what? I've seen your name on there more than any other roofer because you must be awesome and everybody loves you. She was right. Yeah, so naturally. I had to come over to her house because she's got a skylight that's leaking. And I kid you not, when I walked in the door, it was like I went into a time machine and it was glorious. This lady is like almost 90 years old.
Aww.
And she was so sweet. She had just, she had a concussion. She fell. She had a giant bandage on her head, but she was so nice.
Aww.
And we start talking, and midway through this conversation, some weird things start happening. The phone starts ringing, but it's not like an iPhone or a Droid or whatever. It's actually a phone that's attached to the wall.
Whoa.
And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know they still had these. But she's like,
cord?
don't worry. Oh, yeah. It was like 1988 all over again. And she's like, don't worry about it. The machine will get it. And I'm like, oh, voicemail, whatever. All of a sudden, Becky, you hear this ka-ching. And it's like, this is blah, blah, blah. I can't come to the phone right now. But if you leave a message. And she had an answering machine with a cassette tape in it. And this completely just made me start thinking about stuff. And I'm like, dude, when did that disappear?
Right.
I guess it was when we kind of brought the cell phones in, and then phones kind of just sort of faded away.
Yeah.
You don't see pay phones anymore. You don't see
not really
any of those communication devices from back in the day. Beepers, they don't have those anymore. None of this stuff exists. And I'm thinking, well, what are some of these other things that just kind of spontaneously disappeared out of our lives? The phone. What about the phone book?
Yeah,
I ain't seen a phone book in like 25 years.
I had one come in my mail like a few years ago, and I was like, why would you waste money on this? My town.
They still try to advertise. People are still like, if you advertise at the Yellow Pages, it'll bring your business some leads. And it's like, no, it won't. The only thing you use the Yellow Pages for in modern times is to kill bugs, and that's it. And you could probably catch them on fire, to get your bonfire started. But I started thinking about some of the other things, and it was like, just in the last 10 years, someone the other day, this is crazy. It was actually a state institution, and it was for my driver's license. And you know what they required? If you didn't come in person, you know what you had to do? You had to send something via fax.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, what is a fax machine in modern times? I looked at my printer and it still has numbers on it, but I have no idea how to do a fax. And for years, that's what we did in business. We would send faxes to order materials. People would send confirmation faxes and all this stuff. Have you ever seen a fax machine in the last decade?
Well, not me personally, but I think the medical system still does this because like they'll say, oh, like I'll fax over the requisition, but maybe they just mean email, but like
it's just an old school term at this point,
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like it was such a crappy technology as well. Like you would write something and then you could like barely see the letters on it because it would be. Okay, so I got a funny story about a fax machine. So when I was
let's go.
20, probably, it was like 2007. I worked at this flooring store as a receptionist, like treated like absolute trash there, but they invited me to their golf party. Nice. I got like loser drunk. I didn't golf. I just was like at one of the holes giving shots to people. I got trashed.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Trash. Like I went to go pee in a bush, fell on some barbed wire, was hanging off the fence, pants fell down, all ripped open. My legs are cut. One of my coworkers had to help me. And then fell asleep on the dock. There was like a little bridge dock there over some water, passed out. Nice. And then I drove home like an idiot. And so, of course, I got like in big trouble from work and stuff. But there was this cute guy that worked at like one of our sister companies that was there. and I sent him, I didn't know how to get a hold of him. So I wrote a fax apologizing for my crappy behavior. And it was like a paragraph long. And I faxed it to his company, like as if everyone else there wasn't going to read about it. I was clearly trying to like, you know.
Yeah, you're trying to be cool. And
I found out he was like 10 years older than me and like long married or whatever. But, you know, I faxed it. And so when you brought up fax, I just had flashbacks to this like loser moment of my being stuck.
Fax machines. See, everybody's got a story about a fax machine, and mine is not even worth talking about. But they are no more, as far as I know. Although I did just see that the doctor's office still uses the fax, which
apparently
I don't know. If you want anybody to not be on the cutting edge of technology, why not have it be your doctors, right?
Yeah, totally.
Let's have our doctors back in the 80s and 90s, and we're up here like, dude, we can text it to you. We can, you know, scan it and send it on our phone, do whatever.
I know.
But you guys are still faxing stuff. And I guess there's probably a reason.
I'm thinking of the doctor's office. There's 10 doctors there. They're each making $500,000 a year. Like between the $5 million that you guys are making in income, surely you could get better internet speed or like not have a fax machine.
One would hope. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe security purposes. I don't know what the reason could possibly be why you would still have a fax and prefer it over
like
what we have.
Anyone could get to it and see it on the other side. So I don't know. It's weird.
We used to eavesdrop all the time. I would go back and check the facts, and there'd be stuff that had nothing to do with me, but I'd look at it.
Yeah.
And I would know what was going on in my office and say, oh,
exactly. Right. Some drunken girl trying to pick up one.
I never got that. That would have been awesome though. You know, I would have probably remembered that. Mine was just confirmations of orders.
Yeah. Fair.
It is what it is. Another thing I was thinking about this morning when I woke up. This is crazy. Once I have a topic in my mind, I start recognizing things all over. What about alarm clocks? Do you have an alarm clock at your house?
In my kid's room, because she would sneak her phone at nighttime. But she doesn't use it because it gets unplugged all the time, and then you have to like reset everything, and it is not easy to do. So it just sits there collecting dust.
Exactly. I don't know anybody that actually uses alarm clocks nowadays. Yeah. And it's like for decades, that was our go-to thing for waking up. Yeah. And it's like now I wake up, my phone starts giving me this annoying, you know, and I get up and I'm good to go. And it makes me realize the cell phone really did take away a lot of cool stuff.
Well, calculator.
A lot of cool stuff.
When I was in high school, you needed this expensive calculator, right? The TI-80, whatever.
The scientific one?
Yes. And it was like $150, which back in early 2000s was very expensive. And my brother and I are the same age. So he had to have one and I had to have one. We're in the same grade. And my parents couldn't afford this. So they would like try to request that we'd have math at different times, you know, so that whatever we could share. But now, like my kid just entered high school. Like calculator wasn't even on the list. Like it literally wasn't even on the list for school supplies. Nothing was on the list. That was crazy too. Normally you get a school supply list. There was not a list. It was like binders or like paper and pens might be good is literally what it said.
Yeah. But iPhone, ChatGPT. Here we go.
Yeah, literally. Like a couple years ago, we had to start getting them computers, like a Chromebook or whatever. So it's like you really don't need any of that other stuff because your computer's going to do it for you. Now, because of it, like my older daughter, she can print, obviously, but she can't handwrite. She has no idea how to handwrite. Somehow my younger one does know how to handwrite. I don't know if it's because she's like more artistic. She's like always like got a pencil in her hand drawing stuff. Maybe she had a teacher who taught her. I don't know. But yeah, it's bizarre. When my older one was at the bank and she needed to do a signature, she's like, what is that? And I was like, handwrite your name. She's like, I don't know how to. And so it was just like, it's hilarious, like trying to see this.
Kids don't know how to fill out envelopes nowadays because you don't send mail anymore. And there was one other thing that I saw. She had a whole bunch of these, and I was like, damn, I haven't seen this in a long time. And it was matchbooks. Like, remember back in the day, you could go into the store and be like, let me just get a book of matches.
For free.
I don't even think they make those anymore. I haven't seen them in decades.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe that's a good thing. But I used to like strike the match and then it smelled real good.
Yeah.
And then you'd like light the entire thing up. So it'd be a big old thing and you'd roll the window up and like, I guess that probably was hazardous to health, but teenage me didn't care. I loved matches.
My brother's friends
burnt
down the one kid's garage because they cut off all the match heads of like multiple matchbooks.
Hell yeah.
Started it on fire, and it just like took off and burned down the kid's garage.
Probably why they don't have matchbooks anymore, ladies and gentlemen. But
kids,
that's something that today's kids will never be able to appreciate like we did. I loved matches.
So when my kids were little, like probably 5 and 3 or 6 and 4, I came home from a night out and I had a babysitter, and she was like, just so you know, like your kids burnt a hole in your carpet. It wasn't with matches. It was with a lighter. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you? And I was mad, and it was like a big burn in my carpet. And so I get them out of bed and I'm like yelling at them. And then I'm thinking like the next day after screaming at them for an hour, like my kids don't know how to light matches. My kids don't know how to light a lighter. Like, you know, that was like a thing. Like I remember being little and like wanting so bad to like learn how to do a match, but I didn't know how, like, there's like a technique to it. But as it turns out, it was the babysitter who did it, and she blamed my children.
That is horrible. I knew you were going to say that too. And it was like, oh man.
She made
once you find out, it's like, well,
she made my kids hold a piece of paper while she lit it. And then when it started to burn my kids' hands, they dropped it on the floor. I don't even understand. I never hired her again.
Babysitters. They don't make them like they used to.
No, they sure don't. No.
I learned how to drink from my babysitter.
Perfect.
For what it's worth.
Perfect. I thought you were going to say like, I lost my virginity from my babysitter. Just kidding.
I wish, but that's a whole different story. That young Chuck was.
That's on my next segment of ruining your morning.
Well, there we go. Yes. Let's talk about ruining your morning. Now you've got me interested in this. Made me think back to my babysitter when I was a young man, and that was my first real crush.
No, this isn't about babysitting actually. So I even thought today, I'm not going to do a ruining your morning story. But how could I not? There's so many out there.
It's a twisted world.
I know. So an 11-year-old girl, 11, has given birth to a full-term baby inside of her family's, I don't know how to say this word, Muskogee home.
Muskogee.
Earlier in August. So at first, her stepfather, Dustin Walker, and mother, Sherry Walker, claimed they had no idea she was even pregnant. Now, the way the kids are today, or the way that parents are, and we're not focused anymore on our kids, and how like big hoodies all these kids are wearing all the time, it might be logical.
I guess it's feasible.
It is that perhaps this child got pregnant, met some dude off Snapchat, got pregnant, covered it up. Whatever. However, both parents have since been arrested on child neglect charges. And quite honestly, if your 11-year-old is pregnant,
you deserve it.
Yeah. Sharon saying an 11-year-old giving birth. Yeah. And so remember 2 weeks ago, my story of the 9-year-old that was married. She didn't start having babies till 15. I think because she probably couldn't. But children are, as our subway behind us is ruining people's bodies, and there's so much hormone in our food, people are able to get pregnant a heck of a lot earlier than they once could. So it's saying that this little girl's grandmother defended the parents, saying the family loved their kids, claimed the girl told them that a 12-year-old boy was the father, but prosecutors and neighbors did not buy it.
I don't buy it either.
Neighbors described the home as deplorable, with no running water, animals living in filth, and children who were constantly in danger. Prosecutors noted then that the girl gave birth to a healthy, full-size baby, making it hard to believe that nobody knew. But Sharon's saying, I went to school with a girl who was pregnant and her parents didn't know because she wore oversized clothing. Totally. This was a girl.
But now the more we learn, the more this is starting to come together. And I'm
Ron's guessing dad or uncle. Interesting. So now DNA has proven the truth. Dustin Walker, the stepfather, is 99.9% match as this baby's dad. Now he's been charged with sexually abusing a child under 12, which makes me think, why is there a law for a child under 12? Is a 12-year-old not like that's okay to rape? A 13-year-old's okay to rape? So a child under 12 is like a different crime?
I can't even speculate. Like, you were trying to ruin my day, and
I have.
Yes, my friend, you have succeeded.
Now, it says that the girl's mom, her biological mom, Cherie Walker, has also been charged with enabling, the abuse. Oh, moms, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Both are facing 6 counts of child neglect, including for their 5 other children who were found living in dog feces with no clothes on. Prosecutors are calling this one of the most serious abuse cases that they have ever seen. Obviously, each charge carries a possible life sentence. Bond was set at $100,000 each, which they're never going to do. They can't even afford, I don't know, garbage bags. Like they can't afford $200,000 in bond.
Sometimes those are the people that have the money, and it's very shocking, but I don't think so.
Yes.
Hopefully they both get what they've got coming to them, especially Dustin.
Totally.
I know in jail that there is a code of ethics, believe it or not.
Yes.
That's one of the things that it gets you axed. So
yes.
Here's hoping.
Okay. I just Googled this because it said that their hearing was set till September 2nd or September 3rd. So that was already a couple days ago. So I just typed in Dustin Walker's name and it says the grandmother has been charged.
Oh, no.
Okay. So remember earlier in the story, the grandmother is saying like, no, the parents.
They're good kids. Good people.
Exactly. Now it says that she was charged after prosecutors allegedly said she knew about the pregnancy and failed to report it to authorities. She was charged with 6 counts of felony child neglect, according to the DA's office. The charges are in connection, obviously, with the 11-year-old and her pregnancy, and then the 5 other children who are living at home. So Grandma knew what was up, okay? Grandma knew that the house was disgusting. These kids were naked. They were walking around in dog poo. She knew. And she is being held on $75,000 of bond, which, again, I'm sure no one's going to pay that. Why would you pay to let somebody out who treats children like this? Honestly.
That is pretty disgusting. I'm not going to lie. That is, when you say, let me ruin your day, like you came with authority today. And
I meant
that's got like multiple exclamation points back at the end of that one. And I just feel so bad for the kids.
Totally.
I mean, what does your life become at this point?
Yeah.
I had a cousin. Okay. I had a cousin that had some issues as a teenager. And I can assure you that she did not turn out to be a good human being. I have not spoken to her in like 30 years, may not even be alive anymore. But I can assure you that some of the things that happened there wasn't this disgusting, but she had children at a young age and she had several that she didn't have, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And she did not turn out to be a productive member of society. Right, no. I can't say that I completely fault her. I think a 12-year-old girl probably didn't have any say in the matter, and her entire life is completely wrecked forever, and she probably will never be right. So that makes me want to cry. That's really sad.
Totally. Well, and I'm thinking too of like grandma, if you would run to your grandparents or your grandma when your mom was being mean, like when your dad was not letting you have your way, you would go to grandma because grandma would be there to protect you and spoil you or whatever. Now it's saying that this grandma lived right across the street from them and was the child's caretaker. And again, in quotes, caretaker. But the court documents allege that she failed to provide the adequate supervision and medical care for these children and allowed them to live in this disgusting state, which makes me think that her house probably looked the same way, like an episode of Hoarders or something. It says that she was actually in regular contact with this 11-year-old who had a baby, saw the girl almost daily, including on the day of August 16th when the child gave birth. The office said that grandma did not report the pregnancy to authorities, which you have to. If you have an 11-year-old who's pregnant, you need authorities involved. Like you need medical care, for example. Like an 11-year-old is not really designed to push out a baby. I mean, I guess technically they are, but like They're not. 11-year-olds are babies themselves.
I cannot even imagine. I mean, that's it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm very interested to know more about like what the mom, like Sherry Walker, like, because she's being charged with enabling, like what her part was in the pregnancy aspect.
And she was probably also, you know, sometimes fear and sometimes abuse.
Maybe.
And, you know, maybe, I try to see the good in people. I mean, I can't imagine a mother allowing that and freely accepting it, but maybe if you fear for your life and you've been abused, you know, I hope, Sherry. I mean, either way, you're screwed.
They deserve to be in jail. Their other kids were 9, 7, 6, 4, and 2 years old. So there was 6 children in this home. They were all absolutely not cared for, walking around naked, walking in dog poo, being raped. Like, this is a horrible story. I'm sorry to ruin everybody's day. But this is what goes on in the world. Tell me, where is Muskogee?
I think it's in Oklahoma. I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I remember there was a song. It was "I'm proud to be a Okie from Muskogee."
Yeah, you're right, Oklahoma. Okay, so that's where it went down. So, anyways, I'm sorry to leave everybody on this. I know that's a terrible thing. Just I don't know. Go out and hug your kids today. Clean up after your dog. Make sure they
take the trash out.
Like, it's so simple. You watch the episode of Hoarders and they just throw crap on the floor and you're like, your garbage is 3 feet away. Surely you could just take it out. Like, the bag is full, you just take it out, you put it outside.
Oh, I see some stuff. I have a home service business. I go to people's homes on a regular basis, and believe me, I've seen some things. So there are a lot more people that live that way than we would like to know. And some of the nicest people have got some seriously disgusting habits.
Well, it's got to be a mental health issue. Like, if you're letting, like, if it gets to that point.
It is.
I don't know.
And most of them don't even see the issue.
Yeah. Like, for the last 6-8 months, I've been seeing clients in my home. I have 3 dogs, and every time someone comes over, I'm like vacuuming, sweeping, making sure everything is perfect because people are coming into my home. But like, you know, I go to other people's homes sometimes and I'm like, did you not know I was coming? Like, I didn't surprise you. Like, you didn't want to.
This is the Sunday best. Unfortunately,
you didn't want to.
Everyone's perception of cleanliness is different.
Yeah, disgusting. So gross. I went and did I did makeup for years, and I'd go into people's homes, and I went to this one, and the lady's like, "Keep your shoes on," which in Canada is not a thing. You don't keep your shoes on in people's homes. And I took off my. Actually, no. I started to take them off. That's what it was. But I was 9 months pregnant, and I couldn't put them back on. So I was like, I'll keep them off.
Thank God.
Every step was like this. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Oh,
it was so disgusting. This house was so dirty. And I went home and I was in bed and my husband was like, your feet are black. I was like, they are black, aren't they? I'm like, I can't see them.
That's the rule that I give to all my roofing sales reps. If you go to someone's house and they meet you in the driveway, take them for their word. Do not force your way into the house. You do not need to go in. You do not need to accept food nor drinks. You do not need to do any of that stuff. And, if someone's embarrassed enough to say, let's just talk about it by the car, just
trust them on that. Yeah. Well, I like that was a nicer way to end this segment here. Okay. Maybe just some people are dirty. That's how we're going to leave it.
There you go.
Thank you for being with us today. Don't forget to go vote for the Hall of Fame on RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net tomorrow. Oh, Ron and Sharon. That'll be a good one. I don't know if I've seen them together. So that'll be a good one.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah. And then Wednesday, I don't even know who's on Wednesday. I think I'm back Thursday. I can't do Wednesdays anymore, but I will definitely be back Thursday with JJ. I'm starting to get kind of used to my Mondays with Chuck and my Thursdays with JJ. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Ron's saying he hates this segment, so maybe I will have to retire it and just bring in good news, Becky, again.
Yeah, next Monday, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have Let Us Make Your Day Brighter.
Let us make your day brighter on a Monday. Okay.
Maybe we'll just go. We'll go back and forth. Every other week we'll screw your head up bad. And then the following week, we'll just say something that's going to touch your heart and make you so proud to be a human being.
Or maybe if I have a bad topic, I have to pad it with a really good topic. Maybe that's going to be it.
There we go.
Perfect. All right, so make sure you check us out on all our socials. Of course, you can check us out on our own socials. Chuck at youtube.com/ChuckAllen210. Me, you can check out my link tree at Abounding Health. That's my business and my podcast down there. Be back with us tomorrow as we have another great show.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.